Oh, hi.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of This Is Our Year, part two for the
Part
6 week
two?
layoff. For the 6 week layoff, we got a big game today. We got the New York Football Jets best logo that they've ever brought to the table,
I
and
agree.
hopefully they are wearing that today, and
Are,
hopefully they're
are, are
bringing it
are
back
both
next year.
teams going 80s? Sorry to cut
I
you off there.
I'm not sure. I'm not
I,
sure
ho-
if the
I
Giants
hope
are.
so.
But I think it's throwback weekend, so I believe so. What are you drinking over there, Doug? What's on tap today?
We're going to do a replay of yesterday's. So if no one watched the uh, the special teaser episode, we're we're drinking
The-
vodka in the morning again. But even if we're drinking vodka in the morning, we want to be healthy. So we're gonna do a little splash of palm on this first.
I love pomegranate juice,
Yeah,
and
man,
I like palm, and it's
it's the
so good
shit.
for you. But
Yeah.
it's got such a good refreshing taste to it. It's way better than cranberry juice that makes your throat like all.
It like makes you feel like you're atoning for your sins from whatever you did earlier,
And
and
I
and
think there's a lot
finally,
of sins yesterday.
standard. We're doing the sips again. This one is guava passion fruit.
So did you do one sip, two sips, or three sips yesterday?
Yesterday, I only did one sip, and
Were
then
you chill, or
yeah, it was pretty chill.
or did you elevate your vibe?
I maybe later elevated my vibe as part of getting through the day, but no, it was a nice
Got
little
it.
pick me up in the morning.
I like it.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna roll with that again. Sorry for all the cocktail making. We can get to the ooh, look at that. What are you shaking up? Mazel
You
tov.
know, yes, Mazel Tov. I'm having a protein shake because if I start drinking at 8 o'clock in the morning and I have to take the wife and the kid to the pumpkin patch later today after the
Mm,
Jets hopefully beat the Giants, that was my one caveat. I was like, I will go to the pumpkin patch on Sunday at 1 o'clock. And she said, that is fair. I said, okay, perfect.
right,
Compromise. That's what relationships are all about.
and
So
you end up going at 11:30 because it's 27-7 Giants.
I don't think
And
that
no, I'm
that
kidding. I'm kidding.
that I'm not overly concerned with today. The only thing I will
No,
tell you, let's get into Jets Giants.
let's do it.
Fucking, we need to make a wager. We talked about that
Yes,
yesterday. Do you want to wager money or do you want to wager embarrassment?
probably embarrassment. My money's kind of boring, right?
Right. Okay.
But I do want to set this caveat. I'm doing this for giggles and shits. If I had to put a decent chunk of money on it, I think it's close though. But I think I would still take the Jets and the 3 points.
Yeah.
It's
I
a pretty good line though, and it would not surprise me if the Giants cover and or win though. So
I
there you
I
go.
don't disagree with you. I could see Wink Martindale blitzing Zach Wilson's ass off today and him throwing a couple pick sixes. And I hope I'm wrong.
You know
I hope
what?
I'm wrong.
That's going to be really interesting because you're right. I mean, that's Wink's game, but I've been reading up on you guys. You guys are like the worst team in the league on third down. I'm sure you know that.
And in the red zone.
Yeah. So I bet Wink goes hard early downs and then switches it up. Who knows? But yeah, it's going to be a chess game between between the coaches and honestly, just Brees and Garrett have to get open. If those two can do anything,
Well,
Giants really can't counter that.
that's what I think is
Yeah.
we're going to give you a steady diet of Brees Hall running the ball down your throat today because we
Yeah.
are also missing Joe Tipman, our rookie guard, is
Right.
out.
Who
So
is in
now we got
for AVT, right? So
right, but he was playing actually better than ABT when he was
mhm.
in. So he was actually our best offensive lineman. He gave up like zero pressures and had like the best run blocking grade of any lineman on the team, which was not just saying it was the best. It was a very respectable grade. Cheers. How is it?
Cheers. Very tasty. I'm telling you, this low key one of the best little cocktail additions. At least
Yeah,
vodka division.
yeah. I can't drink vodka anymore, man.
Really?
We're both. I mean, I can in a pinch, but like, we're both in sales. We both have done the fucking fly around to the conferences and the conference
Yeah.
bars and all that shit, and so
Yeah, stick
I
with beer
drank
for that.
I I drank vodka sodas for that for
Mm,
7, 8, 10 years, and like
yeah.
I've just now I haven't been on the road since COVID as much, and I just don't enjoy a vodka soda like I used to enjoy. It was refreshing. I could drink it. I knew I
Yeah.
wasn't putting a
Kind of
lot of
like
calories
default.
in my body. Exactly. And now I'm just like, oh, I'm not, I go back to my childhood when I think about my
Uh,
father
s- s-
pounding straight vodka.
yeah, I'm sorry. I just missed a bunch of that, but I heard father there. Some audio difficulty, but yeah. Anyway, I don't really I don't gravitate to vodka either. But in the AM, and I didn't have any OJ or champagne here, so here we are.
Fucking complete malpractice on show preparation and football Sunday preparation, Doug.
And
And they,
I will drink for that.
yes, cat. Is that
Cat
Tommy?
ass. Yeah.
Tomcat.
Tommy made me lose the tab. There we go. I'm back. So all right. I owe you at least two drinks.
Yes, 2 drinks. Thank you. I'll join you with
So,
one.
oh yeah. So speaking of, let's come up with the embarrassment.
I think the embarrassment is the team that loses. The the losing person has to wear the has to purchase and wear the opposition team's a t-shirt and a hat for an entire episode. I think that's pretty
Okay,
fair.
it's a fair starting point. I think. Let's
Are
see
you
if
going
we
to
can
counter
improve
that?
it. You know, no.
Okay.
Let's just let it flow. See if we can
Mhm.
improve it during the show.
Mhm.
I'm down though. Why not? I'll head out to Modell's if needed.
Do they still have Models?
I don't know.
Gotta go to Mo's.
Moe's.
Gotta go to Models. Models.
Anyway,
We're
I would buy
owned by
that.
the mob.
Oh,
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
were they really? Is that art
I,
model?
yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely is. I
So
don't know if they're owned by
probably.
the mob. Probably. I mean, his name's Art, but
Uh-huh. Yeah. The people love him in
it's an
Baltimore.
it's
Oh,
another drink, my friend. That's another drink right there.
yeah. This
Tom
guy's
Tom wants you to get fucking hammered this morning. He's trying to actually prepare you for the
Woo.
opposite of what we were talking about with the pasta. Oh yeah, look at that!
I
Look at that
I think he
culo.
just wants to show bunghole on TV. Actually, there we go again.
Oh, here we go again. Oh, let it rip. It's not the worst thing that's ever
This is a
happened.
family show. Damn it.
So
What
he's
do
just
we?
he's trying to get you prepped up for the
Yeah.
beating that you probably are going to take because you
Yeah,
do have the
probably.
worst offense in the league.
We
So
have the worst offensive line, probably still. I know you guys have been trying to challenge us on that, but
yes,
it probably is still the worst offense. But I will say that Taylor's actually been demonstrably be better than Danny this year.
yes,
They've
because he's
held.
just he's
Well, go ahead.
being a caretaker, right? He's
Yeah,
not
and
making anything happen. He's just
I mean,
making the
speaking of
regular
thirds
shit happen.
down, though, like third downs, he's been more efficient. Um,
Yes,
the offense has just looked a little better the last 2 weeks.
well, you got Barkley
That's
back
not
too.
saying anything though. And but I will say that my confidence here, my shreds of confidence here today are because of the defense. They've allowed less than 14 points 2 weeks in a row. Hey, buddy. And
Yeah, I mean, you
uh,
made Sam Howell look like
yeah,
the rookie quarterback
right.
that he is.
And Sam can flash against some teams.
Yeah,
He's
he
all
was
right.
a top 15 quarterback before the game
Right.
against you guys.
And
That's
and I don't know
that's
what was
my
going on with the Bills that night, but we held them down till like the end of the game. So
I think the Bills jumped the shark, man. I mean, they played really well against Tampa on Thursday at home, but like I was watching, Good Morning Football. I don't know if you watched that show with like Peter Schrager and Kyle
Here and
Brandt
there,
and
I'm usually on the fantasy dorks thing, fantasy football now, but whatever.
yeah, that
Uh,
I can't watch those shows because they're like so
they're not that great.
cheesy. They're like
I kind of have them
everything's a e-
on to see inactives and stuff, and that's about it.
yeah,
Like
everything's a
background.
bit though. I'm like, can we
Yeah,
just talk about like I don't want to have
I
some stupid bit where like Matthew Barry and his fucking tattooed long haired buddy are like
yeah the man bun
dressing
guy.
up, yeah, dressing up like fucking animals and pretending they're in the wild, and that's why these guys are gonna run wild this week. Like, shut the fuck up and give me some fucking interesting advice that
So
I
you're
can
saying we
use.
shouldn't do bits for season 3?
I mean, not dressed like animals, or I don't
No,
need
no,
like
no, no furry bits for Mikey.
no furries, no furries. I'll never forget that episode of Entourage. Did you watch Entourage?
A
Oh,
little
dude.
bit, but like dude, it was a douchey show. And was there a furry episode?
Yes, yes,
Oh
dude.
man.
So
Well,
so
all right.
so
I'm down for that.
Turtle. It was very douchey, but it was like quintessential like early
Bro.
2000
Yeah.
douchey. I mean,
No, we all lived it.
I'm not douchey, but I enjoyed it, right? I mean, I guess I can be, but
You moved to LA, dude.
I moved to Orange County. It's not LA.
Hmm.
But but there's this one episode, and so Turtle is his best bud in real
Right.
life and in the show, and so they I don't know, he picks up some chick who's into being a furry, and so I don't know if it was I can't remember if it was his girlfriend, and he like started falling in love with her, and then he found out she was a furry. But anyway, she's like, that's the whole premise of the episode is like, what this girl wants me to dress up like a fucking Care Bear and
Yeah.
and bang her.
There's a
And,
little hole in the bottom
and so
of the
then
suit.
he's like I can't do this, and then by the end of the episode you see him all dressed up just like
Oh yeah,
going to Pound Town.
he
Yeah,
does it. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
And
definitely
honestly,
does.
I'm guessing that if she was on Entourage, I'm guessing the girl was smoking hot. So I would be right there in that suit probably if I was 20, whatever.
Exactly.
You want me to? Yeah. It's not
But
the
I'm
greatest
not
thing
going to
I've
do
done.
it to talk about. I'm not going to do it to talk
No,
about fantasy football, though.
no,
You
God,
know,
especially these fucking teams. Pardon, sorry,
Ugh,
mom.
it's okay. It's okay. No one's listening anyway, except for
No, no one's listening.
Tommy's
Yeah.
butthole. Woo! Echo.
Episode title. See how we come up with these things organically. Yeah, just let it flow. We'll get there. We're getting to the loser having to wear a furry suit.
Yeah,
We're almost
that's
there already. Actually,
we're almost there. We're almost there.
I wish I had a little more confidence in the Giants because then maybe I would consider something like that. But
I just, I don't see
that's
how
a tight hat. I would buy that hat.
this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it is tight on my head too. My father-in-law got it for me, and it
tight.
was like a third, an eighth of a
Yeah,
circumference too small, but
I had that
we
problem a
still
lot too.
rock it. We still rock it. Yeah, when you get the fitted ones, and as you get older, you still grow like really. You don't think you do, and then like my feet have grown an extra inch in the last
Yeah.
year, and I'm like, how am I a size 12 now? I don't fucking know.
My
But
skull will never stop growing. It's
yes, exactly.
all the alcohol fumes.
All the
I
alcohol
don't know what
fumes
that means.
coming from your liver. It's just
Right.
the expansion. So for real though, I think you guys do have a chance because your defense is good and we're not good at the blitz. Our
It's a
offensive
crappy
line stinks.
day out here. It's
Okay.
I think that's a
I
lot
think
of rain.
I think you're gonna get a steady diet of Brees though. I
Oh
think
yeah,
you're gonna get it's gonna be a bunch of
yeah.
handoffs.
It's
We're gonna
it
probably try and play really conservatively to force you to beat us. I don't think he's gonna throw a lot. I think it's gonna be a lot of handoffs, a lot of two-step drop, get it out on a slant to
yeah.
Garrett or dump it off to Ty Conklin.
Yeah, it's a big day for Jackson and Banks and Flott and the cover guys basically. Because you're right, you don't want Zach Wilson trying to like create. The Giants have enough of a pass rush to make his life miserable, and with Dex, I mean Tibbs is leading the team in sacks, 5.5, which is okay.
I think that's more than anyone on our team has, to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
and so like he's not on, like, you guys stole the show in that draft, but he's quietly been doing okay. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, Ojulari, I'm sure, is still out. I don't even check on him anymore, and obviously Thomas is still out, which is an issue.
That's the one that really hurts you.
Yeah,
that's the one that really hurts you.
So it's like Tyrod's going to be running for his life as usual, but he knows how to do that. That's the man's life. And let's just hope that today's not the day that he has to get buttocks replacement surgery or something because he gets hip dropped by somebody.
or he gets a pregame injection and punctures his lung, and then Justin
punctures
Herbert
his brainstem or something. Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Happened to him?
Yeah, and it was on the Chargers. And it was the dude who actually they put on TV now to talk about injuries. This world is so backwards. And
Yeah.
it's and but yeah, that was frightening, right? They punctured his lung with like a cortisone shot or something before the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Did that
he was
start
like a
Herbert's career?
yeah.
Yeah,
He started that game and never stopped. He hasn't gone.
Wally
I think it was
Pimpton.
like week 2 or 3. You know, they were
Yeah,
trying to like ease him in, and
ease
then
him in.
I think Taylor had like cracked ribs or like something, and they shot him up with cortisone and
Yeah,
punctured his lung like in the pregame warmups, and then
right.
Herbert was like, "You're in," and I mean, he's been excellent ever
Yeah, he's
since.
been balling ever since.
He just plays for a really, really, really badly
Cursed team.
coached dude. I can tell you, like, I'm in
Oh, Staley's got to go.
LA-ish. He's terrible, and
Yeah,
I don't know how. Like Anthony Lynn was good as a coach. He just was really bad at clock management. It was
yeah.
like egregiously bad, and he somehow always found a way to like fuck up his clock management in close games. And so they got rid of him, and he got a
This is the
bad rap.
curse of Schottenheimer, though. That team's always had a cloud over it. Something,
But
either
dude,
the injuries or
they
the stupid plays.
well, it's the
The whole
Spanos.
Phillips Rivers era was kind of like a,
Well, because he had a kid
huge
for every
tease.
year he played on the
He
fucking
did.
on the team.
He did.
But yeah, and then Staley had the first year he did really well, and then the second year the shine was off the rose. He was fucking not great, and then the third year he shouldn't have came back after last year. They didn't
No,
make the playoffs. Herbert had a fucking great year. The offense is great, and he's a defensive coach,
it's
and
such a
he's
shame. Yeah,
so then they brought in Kellen Moore, who was the Cowboys cast off, and they're doing even better now on offense, and they just
they give
can't
up a million
win.
points. Yeah,
Yeah, well, and he's just this terrible, like he's just this terrible, terrible coach, and
yeah.
he looks like a pissed off gym teacher all the time. He's got like a really
A lot
punchable
of these
face.
guys do, but
Yeah,
yeah, him and him
he's not
like
fiery. He's like, we tried our best to win the game again
yeah,
today. Like he's just like fucking
Pat Shermer.
retread. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my god, that guy, punchable face. That is an error. Which era of Giants coaches do you hate the most? Let's talk about worst Giants coaches in our lifetime. Is it Ray Handley? Is it Pat Shermer? Is it Joe Judge? Or is there someone else that I'm not thinking? Is it something I don't even know about?
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
there's
No,
something
no,
out there.
no. This is good. The thing with Shermer is like I just don't remember it. It was just so nondescript, right? But
Right.
bad.
Right.
Um, I'm gonna give the edge to Hanley just because of like what he did and what they were coming off of, and just the change in course for the franchise. That it took him basically 10 years, or if you want to argue, 15 years to make up for that mistake. Of
Right.
I guess if Parcells had to leave, you do everything you can to give Belichick the job, and when they didn't do that, he was understandably pissed, and the rest is history. But
And then Ray Handley
so
was the offensive coordinator, right?
yeah,
Under
yeah,
Parcells.
he
Yeah.
was,
And he
and
was like not equipped to run that team.
well, no, and it just didn't make much sense because those teams were not known for their offense at all. They were just like they would get it done, and they run the ball down your throat. And but the true genius behind that team was Parcells and Belichick.
Right.
Honestly, they even had Coughlin on that staff too, which is kind of crazy. And anyway, so to answer your question, while Joe Judge was kind of an embarrassment, there is at least some like when I talk about the chaos, I at least enjoy when screwed up shit happens. So I'm gonna go with Hanley because that was just depressing, and I was
Okay.
also like 13, and when stuff happens when you're 13, it's a big deal. So
Right.
probably never getting over that. I'm sure you have some terrible memories of Kotite and Walton and all those dipshits.
Walton was
You
like
young
at
Pete
the
Carroll, you chased out.
yeah, that one, I mean, so let's talk about terrible coaches for the Jets because there's so many. Adam Gase in
Yeah.
my
Well,
lifetime was
he's the
and
final
is
boss, I think.
and
Maybe.
he's even worse than Kotite because Kotite
Hmm.
was just inept, right? Like Kotite came in and he wasn't like brash. He was just an inept, quiet
He was like,
man
"Oh,
that
we're
like
gonna figure this out." Yeah.
yes, he wasn't like he didn't come in like I am the best offensive
Yeah.
coordinator that's never proven anything without Peyton Manning in my life, and I have crazy eyes, and I am balding, and I look ridiculous, and I'm going to sit on like
You
Adam
just reminded me of
Gase.
McAdoo, by the way. Like, but both those
Oh, I
guys
forgot
had
about him. He had
ridiculous intro conferences, right? Like
he,
McAdoo
but
with the
he
suit
also,
and
but
Gaze with the eyes.
McAdoo had I think he had a bad rap.
He did.
You know, he
He
didn't
did.
get enough. I think if you had given him a couple more years and had a little bit more patience with him, he might have been a little bit better, but he just wasn't
Yeah.
cut out for New
It was
York.
he wasn't
I think
because it was a volatile mix of OBJ becoming like a huge like egomaniac asshole, and it was also the
becoming.
yeah. Well, I mean, the end of what was it? The good year they had when
2018.
McAdoo, yeah, 2017, 2018. You know what I'm talking about though, like the boat cruise thing,
Yes, they made
but
the
before the
playoffs, and then
playoff game.
they all were doing cocaine on the boats with
Right.
hookers. Yes,
Right.
right.
Right. So it was peak nonsense for the OBJ shit. And then, but it also coincided. The reason why I mentioned that year is because that was probably after that. Eli unfortunately just went off the cliff, basically in terms of
Yeah.
productivity. It's not all his fault, so don't jump on me, Eli fans. But that was the last year Eli was any good. So
Uh,
if you want to say McAdoo got dealt a bad hand because of that kind of like timing, I'll accept it. Who's he working for, by the way? He's around.
I think he's the Panthers like
Yeah,
quarterbacks coach. I think he's
yeah,
working
he's
with
around.
Bryce Young. Let
Where's
me.
Adam Gaze?
He is coaching high school football.
Yeah,
Bob
I
McAdoo.
think you win this this fight.
Yeah. So
Most
was
embarrassing
there?
coaches. Joe Judge is. I'm not sure Joe Judge knew what he was doing at all. Right? No, nobody is. But
What was it? Ben McAdoo? Is that his name?
yeah,
Yeah, Ben McAdoo. I thought it was Bob. That's the basketball player. Ben
you know,
McAdoo currently, right now, is the offensive. He was the offensive coordinator of the Panthers. Is he not doing that right now? Maybe he's out of football.
I feel like they were talking about him a couple weeks ago on. Saw his name mentioned on Red
Yeah, no,
Zone, so he's
he was
around.
he was the offensive coordinator last year for the Panthers, and they
Oh,
went 7-10. I don't know what he's doing this year, but whatever.
yeah. All right.
Fuck him too. And Adam Gase is definitely coaching high school football somewhere. Um, he's kind of like Todd. Remember Todd Graham? I think his name was not Todd. He used to
Todd
be like
Bowles.
no, he was the Steelers. Todd
Oh,
Haley. Todd Haley. He was the
okay. Yeah.
Steelers offensive coordinator. Then he
Just a
became the
giant
Cardinals
prick.
giant prick, and then he became the
Yeah.
Cardinals head coach, and then he has not coached since. And he's like coaching. He's like the offensive coordinator for like a high school football team right
Yep.
now because nobody wanted to fucking hire him. That's
Yeah. No. Some of
you're an
these dudes
asshole.
burn bridges for sure.
So
Unless your dad is some kind of like legacy coach, like the Shanahans or
I
the
mean,
Hackett's.
Haley's dad was Dick Haley.
Yeah,
He
that's why he
was
got
like
so many
some
chances.
yeah, he was some huge guy for the Jets. But and that's why we always thought I always thought he was going to end up on the Jets. Then that would have been
Mm.
another just fucking nightmare. But I can tell you, like
That would have been fun though.
Gase was the worst because like he had just gone like he had gone from the Broncos, taken him to the Super Bowl, won the Super Bowl with Peyton, right? And he was like the bright shiny offensive coordinator.
But he was coordinator, not the coach.
He was
Important, right?
coaching under was it John
Uh,
Fox? Was it
no,
John Fox?
no.
Who was Peyton's coach?
I'm totally blanking on this. Was it? No, it wasn't Fox.
I think it was John
I don't
Fox.
think Fox ever had a good offense, but I could be wrong.
I think it
Former
was
Giants
John
assistant,
Fox.
by the way.
I think um oh, it was Gary Kubiak.
Yeah,
Was that
that makes
Gary
sense.
Kubiak? Okay. So yeah, Kubiak was the coach and Gase was the assistant coach, right? And then the next year, Peyton retires, right after he wins the Super
It
Bowl.
was no, yeah. Didn't he play one more year? But the year he had was ridiculous. He threw like 50
He had like the
touchdowns.
best like quarterback
Yeah,
year ever. The offense was
right.
like unstoppable. And then I can't remember if maybe you're right. Maybe they played one more year, and then after that year, Gase
After
was
that
like,
year,
everyone was like, you only could do it because of Peyton. So he's like, hold my beer, fuck you, and hold my beer. I'll show you.
hmm
And he went to Chicago as their offensive coordinator for 1 year, and I think he had Jake
Smoking Jay.
Smoking Jay as his quarterback, and he fucking did like league average. I don't think he was like great or not great
Right.
at being the O coordinator. And then he got hired to be the Dolphins head coach the next year, and he went like I think he went like 8-8 every year with the
Which is
Dolphins. I think,
which was respectable back then for Miami. It was like some of their best years they'd
and he definitely
had.
helped turn Ryan Tannehill into
Yeah, he did.
uh, a functional quarterback.
There
But
were arguments for his hiring, I guess.
there
Yes.
were, but he was such a fucking arrogant
Didn't he go
asshole.
also 8-8 his first year in the Jets, or am I? Did he
He
go
did,
off
but
the? Yeah, okay,
no, he went 8-8 in year one, and we started out 1-7, and we won our last 7 games. And
that's
we had
right.
and we had Darnold, and he was like, "Oh, we're gonna fix." But if you look at the schedule that year, like we played like the bottom seven
It's
teams in the
cupcake
league
time. Yeah,
at the end of the year,
yeah.
and Darnold took some steps forward in that
So you
year.
guys didn't even tank properly,
Well, then the next year, then
right?
the next year we didn't tank properly again. Oh, that was the year that fucking we got a kick return for a touchdown against the Rams, and we were trying to lose for Trevor Lawrence, and
Oh God,
and
that's
we
right.
and we were like literally on the path to go like 0 and
That's
16 or
right.
whatever, and then Braxton Berrios took it to the house against I think it was Braxton Berrios against the Rams, and we fucking beat the Rams like I think the coming off the Super Bowl championship Rams like the next year or the year
Yeah,
they lost in the Super Bowl.
that's typical
I
Jets.
think yeah, it was dude, or maybe it
I
was the
mean,
year they went to the Super Bowl. I don't know,
that
dude.
that's the thing about tanking conversations. I like talking about them because they're fun, but like it's not realistic. Like, Braxton Berrios is not going to tank for the fandom, so that the fandom is going
No,
to get a
no,
quarterback.
dude.
He's going to
But there
return that
are
fucking ball.
yeah, there are teams that
Like
tank with their roster. You know, like
yes,
I thought
that's what I
the
was talking about, or sometimes play calls maybe.
yeah, I
But
thought the Falcons were trying to tank this year, but I will give Arthur Smith credit. He has that team playing.
they're a tough out.
They're tough, and on top of being tough, I mean they run the football down your throat.
Yeah, well,
And Desmond Ritter is
it's all right.
no, he stinks. He is probably the worst quarterback in the NFL, but
Whoa,
he's
really?
I think if you like took him out of that offense and you tried to do anything other than what they're doing with him, which is just hand the ball off in like quick rollouts and
Well, no, I
screens and
mean
like
that's why I'm
bootlegs.
saying he's okay. He can handle that game manager so far thing this
Right,
year.
but I don't think he could go into like any
Oh,
other
he's not going to
offensive
light it up. No,
no
I
and do
agree with you there.
anything well. So I think what Arthur Smith is doing, besides looking like my high school gym teacher every week, is he's playing his game, dude. They're playing like they're like the Ravens, you know, what the Ravens have been doing for the last 10 years. They're like bucking the trend of
Yes,
just like going super pass heavy, and they're slowing the game down with a really good defense and a
yeah.
really good run game.
It's
So
what the Giants want to be every year, and unfortunately, it doesn't work much anymore because it's 2023. But don't you need Zach Wilson just to basically be that Desmond Ritter guy this year?
yeah, and he basically has been. I mean,
Yeah,
he if you look at his under like his stats, his the reason that he's doing so poorly on third down is because he's making good decisions in theory, right? Like he's being ultra conservative. He's not trying to play hero ball and like go
yeah.
take a 3-step, like a 5-step drop, hold the ball for 3 seconds, let a guy get deep downfield. Like he's like first read, okay, it's not
He's not
there.
rolling out and chucking it. Yeah.
No, I can tell you the two things that I've seen with Zach this year that give me hope are that he used to every time he got the ball, he would fade back, and then he was like it was fucking Tecmo Bowl. He would fade back, and then when he felt the pressure, he'd fade back even farther, and he'd roll either to his left or his right,
Right.
and they'd flush him to one side, and then he'd either throw the ball away or he'd take it like a 20-yard sack or he'd throw an
That was
interception.
week one, by the way, when he had to come in
Yes,
for
yeah, he
Aaron.
was running. He was fucking
He
running
was
for his
doing
life.
that stuff. Yeah.
So now they've got him stepping up, and
Yeah.
this is the progression. Like he has never stepped up into the pocket, and now he's trusting that the pocket is going to hold. So he steps up, and then he can deliver the ball. And you know he's doing all right with that. He's not throwing interceptions. He has a couple from I think he threw one in the Buffalo game and a couple in the New England game. But other than that, he
No.
hasn't thrown a ton of interceptions this year.
So are we giving Hackett credit? This
Definitely, I
Salah?
think
Yeah.
Mike LaFleur was kind of similar to Gase in that he was like overcomplicated offense for a rookie quarterback,
Hmm.
and he wouldn't budge. He was, and he's on the Rams now, and he's got Matthew Stafford, and it's a different fucking game because he's in an offense where he has a coach that is aligned with him on from an offensive standpoint. McVay and him are homies,
Yeah.
and he's got a veteran quarterback that can understand the concepts, right? And then you can teach the concepts to the receivers and the running backs, which they've shown that Kyren Williams and Tutu Atwell and Puka Nakua, right, are all like rookie and second year guys that are holding big places and making this offense look highly functional. But you brought in a guy named Zach Wilson who they didn't bring in a veteran on top of him, and they didn't bring in a veteran. They did bring in a veteran on top of LaFleur, but he died tragically before the season started
Right.
in Knapp, right, Greg Knapp. So they were kind of fighting with one hand tied behind their back for
Yeah.
the whole rookie season, and I think Salah had learned a lot out of that, like maybe be more flexible, and so after last year with LaFleur, it was time to go, man. He didn't get along with Zach. He didn't get along with Elijah Moore. He was not getting along with a lot of the players because he was so rigid in his concepts, and he
Yeah.
wouldn't change his concepts to fit the team. And so now you
And
got
Hackett was
Hackett in.
available.
Hey man,
Worked
and
out.
Hackett was available, and he helped us get Aaron Rodgers. And I know Rodgers only played 4 plays, but uh, he's
But
definitely
that's the
going to
Jets.
come.
Yeah.
Exactly, and he's definitely going to come back next year. So Hackett's been fine. He's adjusted the offensive accordingly. We're 3-3. We could, like I said on yesterday's pre-show, we could be 4-2 if things
Yes.
had, fallen differently.
Right.
And
New England game, right?
we would have won New England. We could have won Kansas City, and we could have lost to Buffalo. So that's
Yeah.
But if we're calling it like we're calling it. Uh
I
so
mean,
anyway,
yeah, like
worst
we have
coach
plenty
ever.
of we have plenty of time to talk about this, but you kind of reminded me, and don't worry, we'll get back to today's game. But you kind of reminded me, are we going to do the whole off-season Aaron Rodgers things over again? Is it just going to be like a do-over?
No, he's coming,
All
dude.
the
He's
hype and
he's
stuff, and the
he's pretty much said he's coming back like 3 different
no,
times,
no,
and
I
then
know, no, like the oh my god, are we going to follow every move in training camp next year? And
I mean, fucking ask ESPN, dude. This
yeah,
is what they do. They take the most polarizing popular figures in sports, and then they
that's
shove them
fair.
down everyone's throat. Like LeBron, Tim Tebow,
Somehow you
fucking
guys are on Hard Knocks again, even though it's against the
no,
rules.
no, 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 no. We don't want that. We don't want that. And this in-season Hard Knocks is so stupid. Nobody wants to see that.
I'm
Like
not
other
even aware
teams,
of it. What is it? Cardinals or something again?
that was last year.
Yeah.
I don't think they have announced it yet.
Oh,
It'll probably be the Broncos, which would
I
be
hope
kind
it's the
of
Giants. the the Broncos, please.
the
Yeah, I'm
Broncos.
definitely not watching that.
I would like to watch Sean Payton
Oh
and
god,
Russell
I can't
Wilson.
handle any more Broncos content, dude.
Well,
It's personal thing, maybe.
it's been great, dude. That
Russell Wilson is like unintentionally just hilarious, just complete
yes,
dipshit, pretty much.
he's a Bible beater, and he's definitely
That's like
like
what I'm attacking for. He just seems like a huge dork.
he is,
You know what I
but
mean?
he's trying to be
Right.
uh
Badass.
cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not.
Yes. It's like like what Musk struggles with.
Did you
Like
ever did you ever watch uh the interview with Marshawn Lynch about Russell Wilson? So Marshawn Lynch is
I
fucking
should watch
hilarious.
every single interview Marshawn Lynch does about anything, honestly. So yeah,
Dude,
no, I haven't.
I forget who was interviewing him, but it was definitely
Yeah.
like not PG.
He doesn't give
And no, he does not give a fuck. And he's like cryptically talking about how he doesn't fuck. He's like, I don't fuck with Russell. He don't fuck with me. I don't even have his fucking number. And he's like, he went to
Did they
a
ever play
party.
together? Oh, of course they did.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Super Bowl. So they're
Duh.
talking about, they were talking about the Super Bowl and like all this other shit. And he was just basically talking about how Russell Wilson is just a different dude, and like
Yeah.
he's out there, like not out there in like a Aaron Rodgers way. He's just like
Right. He's like a
he's out
robot
there,
kind of,
and
right?
yeah, like he's like worried. I think he's worried about like what everyone else thinks about him, and like
Yeah.
he definitely is he doesn't like want to associate with a lot of people because he doesn't. I think he thinks it's bad for his rep or something like that kind of thing. Like, Marshawn Lynch. Oh, I don't know if I can hang out with him. He is a bad egg. So
Yeah,
so
dude,
yeah, man.
he's such a dipshit. You know what I mean? Like try hard. Like if that was your teammate, like oh great, when he's
Right,
doing well, but like when you're in a bad spot and he's doing like jumping jacks in the aisle after the game and like not letting you sleep, like
right,
you want to deck the guy, right?
right.
Like
A- And he's he's just not like the whole dude. The hilarity of the Russell Wilson Broncos like bullshit from
yeah,
last offseason, and then the contract they gave him and where he's at now, and bringing in Sean Payton, and the hilarity of Deshaun Watson
okay.
and his whole bullshit from like
You're bringing me
2 years
around.
ago.
Just promise me I don't have to watch them try to play football. I cannot watch the stupid Denver Broncos try to like
I'm
execute
not gonna. I'm
a
not gonna
third
watch.
down ever in my life, ever
I
again.
am not. I am not gonna watch 1 second of any in-season Hard Knocks. But if
Yes,
it is the Broncos,
fair
I'm
enough.
sure there'll be a clip of like something Russell Wilson does or something Sean Payton
Yeah,
does
no, no,
that will.
you're reminding me. Remember the time he was like, you could, I realized I could save like at least an hour a day if I just stopped pooping, and then I could.
Yes.
That's an hour more I can train.
Yes. Yep.
You're right. Yeah, I'm in. You convinced me.
Yep. 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 He's a weirdo. Dude, he tried to like start becoming social media relevant, and
Yeah, exactly.
he
He's a
released
social
this.
media dork. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm getting at. And like
So he
Musk has
released
the
this.
same problem. They're
Who's
like desperate.
Musk?
Elon, whatever. They're
Oh,
desperate.
Elon Musk. Yeah.
They're desperate to be like funny online, and they're not.
Right.
And it gets more and more like I don't know. But like
Yeah. Elon
I'll
Musk
give you
just you
a
stop
billion
being
dollars
on.
to name it Wikipedia. Like, dude, stop.
Dude,
Like,
you stopped being on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it a couple months ago, which
that,
you're not.
that shit it will never be on my phone again.
Yeah, you're
Uh,
not missing anything, dude. It
no,
just the only thing I get out of it right now is like updates of sports
no.
and
And so I keep it open on my desktop during like Sunday, basically just to follow the sports. That's the one problem, right? There's
right.
no alternative yet for real
No.
time. And
But he went on this like 2 week rampage about 2 weeks ago where he was just saying and doing ridiculous things to your point, like trying to be funny and using his platform to like.
edgy, like fucking edge lords, dude. And he's gonna like now he's propping up Nazis, man. It's yeah. Anyway, let's not get down that path. I don't want to.
Yes,
I,
all
I
of
actually,
these people. I will say this: anyone that is supporting anti-Semitism in 2023
yeah,
America,
exactly.
like, what
Yeah,
the
let's be
fuck is
real
wrong
for a
with you?
second. I
Yeah,
saw what he posted the other day, and dude, get off that site. We'll figure something out with the sports.
right. But
like definitely don't
but
give
he
that guy any money.
no. Well, as soon as it goes pay to play, like
Yeah,
it's
bye.
gonna crash and burn,
Oh
right? Because
shit!
that's
Both cats.
who's
Finish my
this one?
drink. This is Sadie.
Sadie and Tom.
Yeah.
That sounds like a 1950s couple that's madly in love.
Honestly, like those were their street names, and they just stuck. So when we adopted them,
Hey man, same. We
yeah.
got Harvey. Harvey was Harvey when we got him.
Oh, I
Now,
thought you named him after Matt.
no.
No.
His fucking street name was Harvey, and I was just like, that's a stupid. And it was literally right when like the Me Too Harvey Weinstein shit had come out,
Oh, all
and I
right.
was like, I'm like, well, he
I
looks like a
honestly didn't
Harvey.
think about it though. Like I like it.
Yeah, it's a great name. But at the
Solid.
time, I was like,
Good
Harvey,
dog name.
good dog name, and I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't know. We thought about changing it to. I was gonna change it to Baxter because I love fucking Anchorman, and then I was like,
Oh yeah. Well,
he doesn't look like the dog from Baxter from
nah.
Anchorman.
Yeah. You got to have a dead ringer for stuff like
Yeah,
that. I think.
yeah. So I was like,
Otherwise, it's
well,
like the joke doesn't make sense.
I'm like, he's Harvey. That's his fucking name. He looks like a Harvey. I don't know anybody named Harvey. He's Harvey. So, and I was like, and fuck. And if anyone says, did you name him after Harvey Weinstein? I'll be like, no, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard anyone ask me. Yeah, I named him after a fucking rapist. Yes, that's what I did. No,
Yes,
no.
that's exactly what I was going for.
Right. You nailed it.
I needed someone to bring to lunch brunch, so why not a yeah. Sorry.
So Rosen has chimed in. and he says he's got a fantasy football question. So I guess we need to dress up in our furry outfits to answer this. But Dalton Schultz at Carolina
Oh
or
God.
or Lockett at home for the Browns. Schultz has had TDs in 3 straight games with Dell out. Dell's back. Lockett has been poop, leaning Lockett for the upside.
Uh,
Well, I don't know.
Go
I
ahead.
think I think Joshua Rosenstein, who is also not anti-Semitic in 2023, I think that I like Dalton Schultz. I picked him up in a bunch of leagues because the Houston offense looks not just capable but actually pretty good.
CJ
The
Stroud's been
pass
great.
the pass game. Damian Pierce looks like dog shit, but he will get it figured out. And Dell is back, but I still think that Schultz is going to be has become his blanket, like his safety blanket. And he proved 2 years ago in Dallas he's a legitimate tight end. Lockett, I do have in one league, and he has not been great this year. And Seattle overall has not been great in the passing game.
No.
So I don't know, Josh. I would go with Schultz, but
Who's Seattle playing again?
Cleveland, which is
Oh,
also
that
a
very good
really good team.
defense. Yeah,
Yeah. So
defense especially.
I think I'd go with Dalton Schultz at Carolina, who stinks. Or
And,
Stephen
and
Lee.
and you know my opinion this year, so let's go with Dalton. I agree.
Yep. All right. So there you go, Joshua.
Real
But yeah,
quick, I mean, this is like 10 minutes late, but I want to try to share Mark Wahlberg's famous daily regimen. Would you enjoy that?
okay. Sure. Is this also on the Russell Wilson tip, or is this on?
Yeah, no. This is what reminded me of Russell Wilson, and I don't know if you can see it, and I can't really zoom in,
I can see
but
it. Okay,
you see
so
the 2:30 a.m. wake up.
yeah, 2:30 a.m. Wake up, pray for 30 minutes, eat breakfast at 3:15, work out for an hour and a
Solid,
half,
almost. Yeah.
eat a post workout meal, take a shower, go play golf.
Hold on. This 90-minute shower.
90-minute showers. There's definitely some definitely some fucking shake
No,
weight going on in the
90-minute shower, but then only a half an hour for golf.
right,
Like,
half an hour for golf,
and then
an hour and a half
it's
snack,
90-minute snack
then
time.
cryo chamber recovery, then
Well,
another snack.
we all do that.
So then he smashes family time and work
Well,
into 2 hours.
right, but because you need another half an hour for another snack after
Right,
cryotherapy.
right, and then he does
It's
lunch for an hour and then does a little more work,
a little
picks
more
up the
work.
kids at school, has another snack, works out a second time, takes a second shower for only 30 minutes this time.
This time,
No,
hey, I mean, he's a little drained from the morning.
no shake weight, and then dinner, family time, and then in bed at 7:30.
I don't know,
Dude.
man. This guy's kind of lazy. He doesn't do much.
I mean,
I
do you really think this is what the fuck this guy does, or do you think he's just posting this to like get likes? I mean, I could see him doing
I hope
some
he's
of this,
trolling.
but like
Right, but
a
that just reminds me of that grind set bullshit culture that Russ subscribes to. You know what I mean?
I mean, I do too in a way, but
yeah, I know I'm on dangerous ground right now. I don't want to.
I have, dude. I've done the Atomic Habits is a great book. I
Okay.
have gotten up at like what's the other? I think 5 a.m. There's the 5 a.m. Book about being up at 5 a.m. I didn't read that one, but like I've done a lot of self help books and like
Yeah,
business
I don't
self-help
want
books.
to be that guy.
And
but-
there's something to it, man. But like there's extremists too, right? Like
Right.
I used to get up at 6 a.m. I'd get my workout in. I'd go for a run.
Yeah.
I'd walk the dog.
That's
and-
reasonable. Very reasonable.
And then I'd be I'd start my work day by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And
Would
I'd
you ever
work
be
until
the
whatever.
4 a.m. CEO? Like
No,
the guy,
no,
and
no.
you know those guys have to let people know about it too. So
Yeah, like
that's kind of the thing I'm talking
with
about.
with the baby now. There's no way. There's no fucking way. I mean, unless I'm not seeing my child ever, then no way.
Right.
So no
Yeah.
thanks.
If you have like 3 au pairs.
Right, and you don't talk to any of them. So let's get back to the game, Doug.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're taking the Giants with 3 points, 3.5 points. What's the final line?
You know, just have some fun, man. This has been a miserable year. Let's have a good time today, maybe with these two pig dick teams, but hey, maybe I'm getting my hopes up.
Let's see. The spread for the game right now
It's 3, I believe.
it is 3. Okay, 3
That's by
points.
3. Yeah.
So what? So if we push, nothing happens next week. Fair. If the Jets win by 3, we just
Yeah.
call it even. If the Jets win by 4, you're going to be wearing full Jets garb for our next episode. And if the Jet, you have to buy it
That's right.
today. You have to order today, so it's ready. There's no
If you wouldn't
excuses.
mind, send me your preferred vendor for gear,
For
and
Jet stuff.
I'll do the same.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's always Fanatics, dude. But I'm sure you
Ugh.
can find something on
I
Amazon.
hear they suck.
Um,
Like that's where you got the Jets hat.
this my father-in-law got, but I just get everything off Fanatics. It's easy.
All right.
It's fucking simple. But you can also go on Amazon, I'm sure. And
Speaking
then
of
you can
bitching, I hear a lot of people bitch about Fanatics. That's all I'm saying. It's like they have
well,
a
they own
monopoly now.
this.
Yeah.
They do have a monopoly. They own the 76ers, and every time you go to like half the team websites now, it just pushes you to Fanatics.
Yeah.
And then you're still somehow giving money to the 76ers, which
And then like
that,
people are posting like the crooked logos on the
yeah.
jerseys, and it's good
Yeah.
times.
Good times.
All right.
What's the guy's name that owns the Sixers? That owns Fanatics? That was like James Harden's homeboy.
I've read his name and I've already forgotten it, but yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He's a pig dick.
American Dream, pig dicks at the
Yep.
trough. But
Right.
actually, it would be kind of appropriate if I got like a tilted Jets logo. I might actually rock that more. It's all like
I mean,
quality.
maybe, dude, you could come dressed as Adam Gase if you'd like. I'll let you have that, and I'll come dressed.
Halloween
as
is in a couple of days.
I will come as Ben McAdoo if the Giants with that.
That's what we should have done for today. God damn it!
Oh God, God damn it! No, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll record on Tuesday after the game's over and do a post-mortem.
There we go.
Post-mortem. Yeah. Oh, bro. So we've talked enough about the game and a bunch of
By
bullshit.
the way, this has nothing to do with anything, but I was just thinking about my lowest level of like wanting to socialize with anyone, and I think it's Tuesdays. That's the day I've just like checked out.
Oh, yeah. Mine is Mondays. I'm like, fuck. Everyone leave me the fuck alone. I want to go to bed at like 7:30.
I'm kind of,
I want to follow the Mark Wahlberg.
But there's football, so sometimes you gotta keep it going.
Monday Night Football, I don't care about it anymore unless the Jets are playing, or like I'll throw it on in the background, but I'm not like, oh my god, football has become.
I'm the same.
I can tell you Thursday night and Monday Night Football has become so like desensitizing because it's on so much now that like you're not as excited. It's Thursday, Sunday, Monday, so it's almost half the week, and then you start getting your Friday and Saturday games later on this in the year, and it's cool, but I don't fucking care about half these games half the time, like New Orleans versus Atlanta. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'll watch it for fantasy implications if I need a Bijan to score me some points, but I'm not like, oh, this is a heated NFC South battle. I can't wait.
Yeah, right. Like I can't wait to watch 30 AT&T commercials along with it.
Right, that's the problem.
Red Zone has changed our brains, and it is tough to sit through one random game now, and like total focus. Like, yeah, sure, background, whatever, because I'm not listening to that stupid commercial again. Shut up.
And you actually put me on so when you were out here, you put me onto that because I was like, oh, let's watch the Red Zone with all these 4 boxes, and I started doing that for like 2 weeks, and I'm like, I can't focus, so I just throw Red Zone on now, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like maybe today I will watch the Jets.
No, today I'll be watching, obviously, and most Giants games I do, to be fair, but that's it.
Yeah, I'll watch the Jet game, but I won't when the Jets are not on. I will watch Red Zone because it's just like. That's all I care about. I don't care if PJ Walker is leading the Browns from the 20 to the 30. Like, oh, he made
right. I don't need to see like I'm not scouting the Dallas offense week.
No, you're gonna see it on Red Zone within 60 seconds if it's a worthy play.
That's the beauty of Red Zone. It pretty much touches everything. So.
Yep. So
yeah, man.
We are instant gratification fans that don't give a fuck about the real nitty gritty of football. And I was having this conversation.
Kids these days.
Think about it, man. Like all sports that we watch, aside baseball's over here, right? Sure. And then football is next to baseball, and then you have basketball, hockey, and soccer. These 3 sports don't stop moving for almost the entirety. Basketball slows down at the end of the game for all the timeouts and everything. but hockey doesn't stop moving except for the
You,
commercials.
you better be
Soccer,
looking at hockey
yeah,
because yeah,
and soccer
there's no like catch up time there. And
no,
yeah,
and
sorry.
soccer is even better because soccer just doesn't stop. There is no commercial until
Yeah.
halftime. That is why I have become a fucking soccer fan. I'm like, I can sit down, I can watch my game,
Oh
and when
man.
halftime comes, I go to the bathroom. I don't watch the fucking
Oh, it's perfect.
commercials. Perfect.
Yeah,
But
it's like a
football,
4-hour movie, you get an intermission in between, but obviously it's not 4 hours
dude,
of soccer. But
NFL football is, to your point,
uh,
it's like Travis Kelsey and the Kelsey brothers. If I have to see that stupid fuck one more time between
I
his
knew you would come
commercials,
around.
and Taylor Swift and everything else and the anti-vaxxing bullshit.
Yeah.
So,
So
ugh,
like 4 weeks ago, you're like, really? Like you're sick of the Kelseys? I'm like, yeah, dude.
I am
It's
now.
good to see you've come around.
I mean, they've shoved them down our throats for
Right.
the last, since the beginning. And it's funny because when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, however many years ago, like 4 years
Yeah.
ago, it was Patrick Mahomes, and I have a feeling he was kind of like, "Hey, Travis, you take all the endorsements this time. I don't want them. I don't want to deal with it." And now he was like, "You got it. You got it. I'll take all that extra money." And now it's just the fucking
Yeah.
Kelsey brothers down our throat and Taylor Swift down. Like I went to a Halloween party last night, and my buddy and his chick went as fucking Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift, and I was like,
Sure, people are gonna do that. I don't care about the Taylor shit. Whatever.
I mean,
Like,
it's annoying.
I'd rather
She's
look at her in a box than fucking Jerry Jones.
That's true.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true. Touche. So, John, your brother chimed in and said college basketball is back and soccer was invented by European women to
Woo!
pass the time while men did all the cooking. I'm assuming John has had breakfast beers this morning. So,
Cheers, brother.
uh,
Heading down to his bachelor party in like a week or two. So
that's exciting. That's
this
exciting.
this
He
might be
also,
one of our last shows, as I'll be in the hospital for the next 3 years.
we should do a show from his bachelor party.
Oh gosh, let's do it.
Let's do
Can we
it.
fly you in for a night? But
Uh,
John, get on that.
John already invited me. I told him I can't make it, unfortunately. I would love to be there. My wife is not going to sign up for me leaving a
My
1 year old at home with
wife.
her for a bachelor party. So maybe I got a business trip in Austin. I don't know. We'll see. But
A lot of corporate
a
headquarters there.
lot of corporate headquarters, a lot
Big
of homeless
business.
people too. A lot of
Big,
homeless people
well, everywhere.
everywhere. So what else, Doug? What else? What do
What
we want to talk?
else, man?
Do we want to talk about
Hey,
the Mets managerial search, the David Stearns shit that we missed? Do we want to talk
what do you
about
think? Craig Counselor, Skip Schumacher.
Skip Schumacher? Are you being dumb?
Apparently, very unhappy that they fired Kim Ing.
Well, she left. They didn't fire her.
Oh, she got pushed out, from what I
She got
heard.
pushed out. Okay.
Yeah, there
Do
were
you like
problems with the
Skip?
ownership.
Well, there's
Oh
always
no,
been
no,
problems with the ownership.
no. I'm just trying to like say any other name other than Craig Counsell. I mean, it's gonna be Craig Counsell, right?
I don't know. He said he would be willing to go to New York. He said he would embrace the challenge of a big city. He's also been given permission to interview with the Guardians or the Indians or whatever the fuck they're called now. Stupidest fucking name ever. He's been given permission to talk to some other team too. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, man. I don't fucking care, to be honest
Yeah,
with you. Like
I don't
that
either.
stuff. I mean, as long as it's not like some new, pig dick that has no idea what he's doing. Like, bring someone in with some experience to manage in New York. That's what I've learned over the years. You can't
Yeah,
be a rookie manager
yeah,
on
it's
a
not
on
great.
a Mets team that's got playoff aspirations. I don't like that. But we'll see.
Mickey Callaway's redemption.
I mean, that guy talk about a guy who's probably he's probably not a high school pitching coach because he's probably on
Yeah, yeah. Let's not have the high
the
schools hire him.
yeah, it's probably on the sex offender list somewhere. But that guy totally fucked his career up. So
My goodness. Yeah. Dummets. Hey, dude.
what else? What else
The
we want to talk about?
Islanders.
Big win
I
last night.
Yeah. They can be pretty good against bad teams, and they kind of get worked
It's
by
okay. You got to
good teams.
win the games that you play, right? And
Right.
if you're playing the bad teams and you're beating them, that's what you're supposed to do. So I'm not
I
going to
will
get
tell
upset
you.
about it.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I will tell you. It
Well,
seems like the fans have already lost patience with Lane Lambert, saying that maybe a different coach could get more out of this lineup. I think it's way too early, but the defense does look like crap.
I mean,
So
dude, I mean, I've watched most of the games that we've had two bad games,
mhm.
but we shut out Columbus, who stinks last night. But it was nice to see Johnny Gaudreau still doesn't have a goal, and I know
Yes.
apparently we never even made him an offer. But either way, he can go fuck himself. I'm glad you signed with Columbus for 8 years because your family, you want your
No, I
family to
mean
be
that's
there,
probably a bullet dodged at this point.
probably. But I think we played all right, and Mayfield, I don't know what's wrong with him, but he hasn't played since like
Well,
opening
that's a
night, right?
huge problem, right? Because they're like they don't trust Sam Bullock, number 4, at
Right.
all. I mean, he got a few more minutes last night, but there's no depth, and and
No.
and the and the blue line just doesn't look good. They're giving up a ton of chances, even to kind of bad teams. Goalies bailing them out. Look, I'm not doom and gloom. It's good. Was it
It's
9 points
early.
in 7 games?
We're in
Fair enough.
second place.
Yeah.
Look, we're 1 point behind the Rangers, and the only reason we're a point behind the Rangers is because they have a win instead of a overtime loss, right?
And I think they're
So,
the target. I think that's the team you want to finish ahead of this year, if you want to define success.
well, because
I
the
don't
Devils look
think
really
you
good
catch the
too,
Devils or Carolina.
right? So we'll
Yeah,
see.
we'll,
We'll see,
we'll see.
man.
But whatever. Today is about football. Maybe,
Today,
hopefully, not the last day we have to enjoy. And actually, if you guys win, you guys maybe you're at the table. You got some chips. You're cooking. So
yeah, we're 4-3, and we have our schedule after you is
it's
pretty
not bad.
light.
Hmm.
We play like we play you, and I want to say we play Washington, and then we
Perennial
play
fuck ups. Yeah.
yeah. So I think we can beat Washington. Like we play like you and two other not great teams, and then we play Buffalo again, and then I don't know. But our schedule lightens
Miami
up. We
twice.
do. We still have to play Miami twice,
Isn't
and
Cleveland on there? Or do you guys already play
we have
Cleveland?
to play Cleveland. We have
That's
to play
never easy for
Atlanta.
y'all. Ooh,
No, nope. We have to play Cleveland, Atlanta, New England, Washington,
well,
and
makes today kind of a must win.
Miami and Buffalo, right? So that's 7 games, and we're at 6 games, so that would be 13. So I'm still missing 4 more games somewhere in there.
Chargers,
I don't.
maybe.
Oh yeah, we have the Chargers, and we have the
Uh,
Raiders. So that's yeah.
it's one
Those
and
are
one.
those are the 2 games. I'm actually going to the Raider game,
Oh, nice.
in Vegas. So
Well,
that would be
so
fun.
I would say this is a must win for you guys.
Yeah, oh, definitely. We have to win this game to stay relevant. We got to
Yeah.
go. Like the AFC is total four. Everyone's 4-3 or 3-4, except for like 3 teams are like 2-5, and three
Yeah.
teams are like 5-2. So it's so,
It's what,
and
yeah,
it's all
you're
gonna
at the
work
table.
itself out. We
Yeah.
are at the table. We beat you guys. We're 4-3. I think we play the Chargers next week. I think we can win that game. We're 5-3, and then we play Washington the week after that. We can win that. We can literally be 6-3 after week 10. And you need. I think you're going to need 9 to 10 games to get into the playoffs.
Yes.
So,
I would expect the Bengals to bounce back, and yeah, it's gonna be crowded, but it's doable.
well, it's doable. There's 7 teams that
Let's go
get in.
Giants.
Hey, hopefully we can just shut down your fucking offense, and we don't make any
It's not much
mistakes
of an offense, so
to
but
turn
yeah,
over. Hey,
right.
that's why we need to shut it down. You're
I
literally the
think the
worst
only hope for
offense.
me is the Giants defense. So yeah, that lines
Yeah,
up.
pick sixes are the only thing that makes me worried
Mhm.
about this game. If you guys get a couple pick sixes or you get some
Or if they can
turnovers,
stuff the run first, maybe.
I mean that's going
But
to be. I think that's got to be your game plan, right? You're
yeah,
going to try and stop Brees and
make Zach
so
beat you.
make Zach beat you exactly. So I don't know. We'll see. We will see, Douglas.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun though. And guys, thanks for watching. I didn't realize we'd have viewers. So
Yeah, appreciate it.
love you guys. And
Your brother added a few things. Let me just. He said he's on his way to watch the game with Spanky.
nice.
He's gonna break you when you come to
Yes,
Austin.
I fully expect
That's
it.
why I want to do like a live cast when you're in Austin. And he
Yep.
said on November 6th, Bob Huggins is doing an interview to tell us what
Oh,
really happened in
yeah.
Schertsville.
Actually, that's probably our episode for Texas. And if we're too inebriated, what we'll do, and we'll bring John back on for a recap of that interview, maybe the week after,
Yes,
a
I
little
like it.
segment at least.
And Josh and your brother want us to do a Manning cast of the game today. I don't know if we're gonna do that.
Um,
I did the thing that you're not supposed to do on Halloween, and I ate a big bowl of chili at the Halloween party while drinking copious amounts of alcohol. So I've already pooped once, and I got my legs crossed, but you can't see it down here. But I'm praying this
Oh
episode
shit,
ends
dude,
pretty
I'll
quickly.
let you go. I'll let you go, man.
So
Yeah,
so
if
Doug,
you want to hop back on though, I'm around. I'm not doing shit today.
I'm gonna watch the game because
I might check it out.
if we try to do a Manning cast
Yeah,
or
it probably
Curling
wouldn't work anyway,
O'Keefe cast, it won't be as funny. And
and we'll get sued for
whoever's
streaming.
losing, yeah, exactly. But the question I do have is: Are we? So we're set. You're loser buys
Oh, yeah,
winning team's
we can
garb,
start small and just like hat shirt
and
full episode.
I think we should also consider, the dressing up as the coaches and coming on Tuesday. Do a little quick, maybe 15-minute game recap dressed as the
On
coaches. We can
Tuesday. Oh God,
we
can
can
I
do
pull off
fake.
McAdoo? Yeah.
I think you can. It's easy. You just need a shirt and tie, right?
What do you do?
Yeah,
Part your hair in the middle?
yeah.
I
Just part your hair
I
in
have
the
to
middle.
consult some pictures, but
You'll be
all right.
fine.
Hold that
Think
thought.
about it.
But
All right.
Tommy's got something to say. Via con Dios, Philadelphia Phillies. It's never too late to say goodbye to both the Phillies and the Barbs. Goodbye.
Yep.
Via con
Good.
Dios.
Bye,
Fuck your
con Dios,
face.
Phillies. Yeah,
Go
go fuck
Giants.
yourself. Go Philly or go fuck yourself. You guys were such dickheads that you wanted to dance on our graves when you fucking won went to the NLCS or the the NLCS. And fuck you, and fuck the Braves. It's so nice
The
when
Barbs.
yeah, it's so nice when I don't have to hear about Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber and Aaron
And how
Nola,
great those
who
Atlanta contracts are, and everybody fucking loves it down there.
I can't wait until we sign Aaron Nola in the offseason and then he's pitching against the Phillies on opening day next year. We'll see if that really happens, but
That'd be nice.
it'd be nice to just
I
give him
like
a nice
that. I
big
like that idea. Is he a
shitburger
free agent?
fee. He is.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then we can finally stop hearing about how Zach Wheeler, we didn't sign him because we didn't think he only put together 2 half seasons of baseball or whatever Van Wagenen said.
Oh, yeah, so you want this episode to go another half an hour? You're going to get me started again.
All I'll say is if we were talking about worst coaches or GMs ever, he is in the conversation. He was just a fucking like a regurgitation of Jeff Wilpon. That's all he
Who?
was.
Brody? Who are we even talking about? Yeah.
Brody Van Wagenen. Anyway.
Al Harrison, Joe McElvain. Oh, we could do this forever.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
Via con Dios Phillies.
Via
We'll see
con
you guys on
Dios, all you
Tuesday,
fuckers.
hopefully.
Maybe.
Bye.
Bye.